Well, good evening. Tonight, the 15th day of January 2025, we begin our bulletin with a big question that's calling out the government and mentioning senior officials' names tied to the abduction of Leslie Muturi warrant the resignation of Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi. Do get in touch with us through our socials at Hope TV Kenya and at Sammy Adika. Our sign language interpreter is the amazing Boniface Mureithi. Beginning us off tonight, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has urged President William Ruto to resign in light of the recent abductions of the youth. Now, Kalonzo has expressed his disappointment regarding the situation, particularly highlighting the case of CS Justin Muturi, who had publicly lamented the abduction of his son. Kalonzo emphasized that it is troubling to witness such a personal tragedy without any significant progress or resolution concerning other similar cases involving the youth. Now, his remarks reflect a broader concern on the government's handling of security issues and the safety of Kenyans. Our reporter Dolly Mwirigi starts us off tonight with the report.
Justin and Joka Muturi.
With President William Ruto's foot soldiers now calling for the resignation of Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi following his recent statement revolving the abduction of his son Leslie Muturi that pointed fingers at President William Ruto and NIS boss Nurdin Haji.
Wewe usikuje kutumiwa.
The opposition led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka have strongly condemned the recent abduction spree while calling for immediate release of the Mlolongo Four among other abductees.
William Ruto is a commander-in-chief of the abduction squads. This has been clearly demonstrated by his own public pronouncements on the abductions as well as those of his conceited cronies in government.
The Wiper leadership has taken a quick swipe on Dadab Member of Parliament Farah Maalim over his recent remarks regarding the alleged state sponsorship abductions, an inflammatory statement about the Kenya's Gen Z population.
Honorable Farah Maalim, who until now has been Wiper Democratic Party's deputy leader, stands expelled from the Wiper Democratic Movement for violating the Constitution and the rights of Kenyans, and even abusing Kenyan mothers.
On his side, Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni has strongly condemned the government for its perpetual lies and operating outside the law.
We as Kenyans must heed the call that has been made by our leader, and we must prepare to do what the South Africans are the people of South Korea have done. It is time for us to go and arrest William Samoei Ruto from State House because we are on our own. Hakuna kitu kingine tunangojea.
On matters reconstitution of IEBC, Kalonzo now claims of a planned early rigging of the 2027 presidential elections.
On the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, we have been very clear and consistent and followed the law at all times. Those who are barriers to the establishment of the IEBC selection panel are puppets of Mr. Ruto. They bear the highest responsibility in the current constitutional crisis and an attempt to pre-rig the 2027 general elections. We will not allow that to happen.
With CS Muturi's statement now raising questions with regard to whom has been at the center stage of the abduction, according to Kenya Human Rights Commission, at least 29 people are missing after raising concern about poor governance. Kenyans are now waiting for President William Ruto to defend his government by putting the record straight. Dolly Mwirigi for Hope TV, Nairobi.
Well, many thanks, Dolly Mwirigi for the report right there. Now, a section of leaders from Embu County have come to the defense of embattled Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi over his statement on abductions last week. In his remarks, the CS criticized the government, saying Kenyans have been abducted since June 2023 led Gen Z protests and in some instances ended up dead under unclear circumstances. Muturi's remarks, however, sparked an uproar among UDA allied leaders who have mounted pressure on him to apologize, resign or face impeachment. as they accused him of blackmailing the very same government he is part of. Now, some have argued, rather urged, that he should address the matter directly to the president during cabinet meetings instead of faulting the government publicly.
Justin Muturi ndiye apatiwe kiti. Alikuwa mmoja wa wale walikuwa muungano wa Kenya Kwanza, na mimi nimechaguliwa na tiketi ya Democratic Party. Ikawa hata kama alitamuka, mimi sioni haja ya Justin Muturi kuwekwa pressure aweze kuresign. Ile kitu naomba ni Justin Muturi na rais wetu ambaye ni William Ruto na Deputy Abraham Kithure na Linda wale wengine wakae pamoja wasemesane, kwa sababu katika Biblia hakuna mtu 100% ati ni msafi ama ni mtakatifu. Ile inaweza kuleta ni watu wakae pamoja wasameane na tuweze kuendelea safari moja.
Wale watu wanafaa waelewe from a parent's point of view. Yeye alikuwa anatetea mtoto wake na mtoto mwingine yeyote kama wale waliokuwa wametekwa nyara. Na mpaka saa hii tunaona kwa TV kila siku ya kwamba kuna watu ambao watoto wao bado wametekwa nyara. Tunataka tuulize the parliament and the senate. Leo hii kama Muturi anaweza kupelekewa motion ya kumtoa kwa serikali kwa sababu amesema vile serikali inafaa kufanya, basi inaonyeshana hii serikali haichukui mawaidha, kwa sababu ukiona Muturi ametoka pale nje ni kuonyesha hakukuwa na nafasi ya kuzungumza pale ndani, na yale mambo ambayo unaona watu wanajiexpress ni yale ambayo yanawasinya, yale ambayo yana wafinyilia na yale ambayo yanawauma.
Well, now on matters health, 3 months after the government phased out the defunct National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, Kenyans are still facing challenges with the new Social Health Insurance Fund, SHA. Now, this follows a revelation by 2 women who stormed the Ministry of Health offices, complaining of tens of patients stranded at Kenyatta National Hospital following technical hiccups they are facing while registering for the new health scheme. James Masharia has more on this report.
Drama ensued at the Ministry of Health offices shortly after Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza concluded her media briefing. Two women stormed the briefing expressing their dissatisfaction with the much publicized Social Health Authority, SHA.
Ladies, please, if you want, you can come and join us down there. We have patients who are sitting out there waiting for that SHA, and it is not working. They are not approving. We have walked all the way to NHIF. We have been told that they are unable to access the portal. We have been in Kenyatta waiting for that portal to open, and it is not opening, it is not working. Please be aware, it is not working.
The two women claim that despite having camped at the hospital for long and having paid for Taifa Care, none of them has received treatment, with SHA registration officers in the clinic unable to offer assistance.
Because they don't relate well at the end of the day. Unaenda huku unatupa enda huku nyingine. Ukienda huku tunaomba tutafute GPS huu. Haina GPS nani ule? Kemani ama ndio nani? Tunazungushwa tu. Can we just get answers sure? Tunaumia. You think coming here tunaumwa, we have to get the courage ufike mpaka hapa.
And you can imagine she has a baby. She was done a CS section. She's supposed to go for review for operation. She cannot do that because of her SHA.
This happened shortly after CS Deborah Baraza noting that government has made major strides in eliminating bottlenecks.
I can assure you within the ministry, we have fruitful engagement. We are discussing and we are working as a team as is recommended so that we can actually have successful implementation of Taifa Care and we can have seamless running of the Ministry of Health. And so, as I have said earlier, we will have routine engagement, weekly engagements as the Ministry of Health with the media. All your questions, all your concerns will be addressed. DG will be the one leading, because at times they may not be available, the PSS may not be available. He'll be able to mobilize the various technical officers, the various CEOs, in case you want to go to in-depth issues that need to be exhaustively addressed.
At the same time, the Ministry of Health has dispelled fears that there is shortage of ARV drugs in the country, with Health Director General Patrick Amoth noting that the ministry is set to receive 2.34 million doses of BCG vaccines used in preventing tuberculosis by the end of January.
I am glad to report that in the month of December, we received more than 1 million doses of rotavirus vaccine for children to prevent diarrhea. We have also received in the same month more than 600,000 doses of the human papillomavirus vaccine, which is supposed to prevent against cervical cancer, which is a burden in our country. And we have also received nearly 240,000 doses of malaria vaccine. You know, the burden of malaria in sub-Saharan Africa still remains a big problem. We are alive to the fact that we have faced a challenge with the BCG vaccine, which is the first vaccine administered together with polio at birth. And we have placed an order and we are going to get 2.34 million doses of BCG vaccine by the end of this month.
James Machera reporting for Newswatch, Nairobi.
Well, many thanks, James Washera, for the report right there. We are all waiting to see how the Ministry of Health will handle that specific issue right there. Away from that, Kenya is mourning the passing on of renowned family lawyer Judy Thongori, who died while in India after a short illness. President William Ruto, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and other colleagues in the judicial sector have shared tributes, recognizing the unique role Thongori played in championing gender equity, women's rights in the country, and social justice. Now, having served for over 3 decades in the legal field, Thongori was the founder member of Center for Rights Education and Awareness, CREW Kenya, an NGO that seeks to improve the plight of vulnerable women and offer support to victims of gender-based violence, where she was still serving as a board member. Now, the senior counsel also worked at the Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA Kenya, before moving to private practice in the year 2003. Our senior counsel, Thongori, will also be remembered for successfully suing the government of Kenya for not delivering 30% representation for women.
Yesterday evening, we learned of the passing on of senior counsel, our sister Judy Thongori. Thongori was an accomplished and celebrated family and human rights lawyer in Kenya, the region, and the international stage. Gender equality and equity were her forte. She took on many cases pro bono and contributed to the intellectual input in the constitutional making process. I know the senior bar council have been on this, led by the chairman of senior bar council, Fred Ojambo. And a lot is going in that space in celebrating the life of our sister, senior counsel, Judy Thongori.
Well, our condolences to the family and friends of senior counsel Thongori right there. Now, with a new health crisis looming in East Africa, the government, through Health Director General Patrick Amoth, has assured Kenyans that it is ready to tackle the contagious Marburg virus, noting that it has put in place necessary measures such as close surveillance of fever cases, establishment of isolation centers, among others, as responsive measures to avert any case that might be witnessed. Now, this is after Tanzania reported 9 cases of Marburg virus in 2 districts in Kagera region, weeks after Rwanda declared an end to its Marburg virus that claimed 15 lives.
I am glad to report that in the month of December, we received more than 1 million doses of rotavirus vaccine for children to prevent diarrhea. We have also received in the same month more than 600,000 doses of the human papillomavirus vaccine, which is supposed to prevent against cervical cancer, which is a burden in our country. And we have also received nearly 240,000 doses of malaria vaccine. You know, the burden of malaria in sub-Saharan Africa still remains a big problem. Malaria is a big contributor of poverty, especially in the region and the coastal region, because one, people take a lot of time to be able to care for loved ones when they're in hospital, and therefore they're not being productive. And of course, when you are sick, then you cannot be able to continue with the normal productivity. We are alive to the fact that we have faced a challenge with the BCG vaccine, which is the first vaccine administered together with polio at birth. And we have placed an order, and we are going to get 2.34 million doses of BCG vaccine by the end of this month. What we have done in the meantime is to be able to redistribute from the low utilization facilities to the high volume facilities to be able to bridge that gap in the meantime. However, we have also instructed the subnational level or the county level to be able to ensure that they record those who have missed the vaccine, such that when these vaccines then become available at the end of the month, then we can be able to do the catch-up vaccination.
Well, 16 minutes past the top of the hour, we are taking a short commercial break. We'll be right back and take a look on many other issues, especially the FKF Premier League on Matter Sports. Don't go too far.
Rafiki soul is the promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Cindy?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcasts?
Really? Even Meet of the World?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Now, Water, Irrigation and Sanitation Cabinet Secretary Eric Mugaa says that the Sioi Mureni Dam, which is at 78% completion, will be done by mid-2025. Now, the dam, with the capacity of holding 8.9 billion liters of water, is said to serve over 350,000 residents within the entire West Pokot County, including major towns of Kapenguria, Makutano and Chepareria. Now speaking during his tour at the multi-billion dam, the CS noted with an additional 1.5 billion Kenya shillings, the project, which was initiated in 2015, will be completed in the shortest time possible to ensure that West Pokot County residents reap big. On his side, West Pokot County Governor Simon Kachapin said the project will be completed, or rather will completely uplift the change the face of West Pokot County in Kenya by ensuring that thousands of residents get clean water and attract more investors within the county.
Our country needs to start storing water. Hii dam inafaa istore 8.9 million meter cubic. Hizo ni bilioni kama 8.9 billion liters. Isaidie hawa watu wa West Pokot. Itatumika katika pia kulima kidogo, lakini cha muhimu ni kukamilisha hii damu. Tumekuwa na mazungumzo na the main contractor, tuone kama by mid-year hii damu itakuwa imeisha, na ndio maana pia sisi kama ministry tuko katika hali ya kutafuta hiyo fedha inayobaki. I think we need almost 1.5 billion kukamilisha huu mradi. Tunajaribu supplementary tu na hiyo itabaki, tuone kama tunaweza ipata katika the other financial year. The call to the people, watu wa hapa West Pokot, kuna zile complaints kwamba ile mifereji ambayo already isha chimbwa chini kuna vandalism, kwa sababu nyingine ni ya chuma, kwa sababu kuna zile fittings, gate valves, air valves, washouts, zile zinachukuliwa na watu na zinatumika katika recycling ama katika mambo mengine.
Well, still in the North Rift region, more than 1,000 farmers from pastoral communities in West Pokot, Elgeyo and Marakwet and Baringo counties are set to benefit from the World Vision Organization-supported programs like Beekeeping Initiative that is set to be a game changer in reducing human-livestock conflict brought by drought that leads to lack of pasture and water within that specific region. According to Celestine Kemei, a project officer at World Vision, the initiative is also set to benefit farmers who will be recruited for training and later on given beehives to support themselves financially.
Na ninapongeza World Vision kabisa kwa yale support na nimeyaona kwa wakulima wetu. Nimeona imeleta manufaa sana na watu wameweza kuiga. So watu wako na tamaa ya kuweza kufuka nyuki katika eneo letu hili.
Nilifundishwa maneno ya beehives ambayo ni msinga. Kuna wakulima wako na misinga ile ya kienyeji, na pia World Vision imetusaidia. Kuna lead farmers wako na misinga kama hii yenye mnaona hapa. Msinga imetusaidia sana sababu kwa mimea yetu pia inasaidia kwa pollination. Bees wanasaidia kwa pollination. Alafu wakulima pia wamefaidika kwa kuuza asali na bidhaa zenye zinatokana na asali.
To increase vegetation cover in this area, our farmers have embraced beekeeping. Samson is one of our beehives beneficiary, and he's already practicing beekeeping because he has a lot of trees in his farm.
Now on matters business, Direct Line Assurance Company Limited has reassured the public of its continued existence. According to the acting principal officer, Samuel Kanyi, Direct Line Assurance holds a valid license issued by the Insurance Regulatory Authority, further stating that in the year 2024, they managed to pay claims worth 3 billion Kenya shillings. Now speaking during a media briefing, Kanyi noted that the company is also set to launch a new campaign to reassure and restore confidence to their customers, even as they begin paying all valid claims, upholding the rule of law and good governance on how they will manage the company affairs.
All the stakeholders in the insurance fraternity are looking for ways of creating more awareness on the importance of insurance. And the only way to do so is we as a company, as Direct Line, in ensuring that all valid claims are paid. Once we settle claims, it will build confidence to the public and it will reassure the public of the value of insurance. You are aware, Direct Line has been the pioneer of a digital insurance product that ensures convenience on how insurance is consumed. And hence, it is an area that we are seeking to expand and scale up, and we are asking and seeking public support in that digital space.
Now on sports, the Kenya Police managed to secure a 3-2 victory over Posta Rangers in their FKF Premier League match played earlier on Wednesday at Machakos Stadium. Brian Okoth, Alfred Leku and Marvin Nabuire ensured Kenya Police claimed the win with 3 goals, leaving the mailmen behind with a goal. Our Police FC coach Etienne Ndairagije has praised his boys for hitting 27 points, now expressing confidence that his team will keep climbing the ladder. Well, that right there marks the end of tonight's bulletin. Many thanks for choosing Hope TV. Let's meet again tomorrow. Good night.